time for that information. Welcome back to Street Scores. It's your boy Rico giving y'all an off-season edition of Redskins Report. If you're as much of a football tryhard as me, then y'all want to know these important dates that lead up to the draft on April 26th through the 28th. Let's get it. On February 5th, which has already passed, the waiver system began for the 2018 season. This is when players' contracts or the rights to a player are made available by one team to the other teams in the NFL. On February 13th, beginning at 12 noon Eastern Time, NFL teams are able to sign players whose 2017 CFL contracts have expired. You never know, there may be some talent in the CFL, and I'm interested in seeing who transfers from the CFL to the NFL and how well they do in the league. Maybe might start a trend. On February 20th, teams are able to designate franchise and transition players. This is when we are able to franchise tag or transition tag a player. Even though we traded for Alex Smith, we still might tag Kirk Cousins and able to get some trade value back from some of the value that we lost getting Alex Smith. From February 27th to March 5th, the NFL Combine takes place in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is where college prospects are able to test their 40 times, bench presses, vertical jumps, and many more tests that give NFL scouts, GMs, and teams a decent grasp on how good certain players will be at certain things. For skill position players, the 40 time is going to matter a lot, but a lot of players outplay their combine tests, so it's not safe to completely bank on combine stats for estimating how great players will be in the future. March 6th is the deadline for teams to designate those franchise and transition players. It is not mandatory to use them at all. March 12th through the 14th, teams are allowed to contact and enter negotiations with the certified agents of players who will become unrestricted free agents at 4 p.m. March 14th. But contracts cannot be executed until March 14th at 4 p.m. Also, before that 4 p.m. on March 14th, teams must exercise options for 2018 on all players who have option clauses on their 2017 contract. There's a whole lot of other team activities that must be completed before the March 14th 4 p.m. deadline, but only NFL staff and decision makers really need to know all of those minute details. On March 14th, the 2018 NFL league year, trading period and free agency period officially begins at that 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is when everything gets interesting. From March 25th through March 28th, the NFL holds its annual league meeting in Orlando, Florida. This is where coaches, NFL staff, and owners meet to talk things out and make suggestions for rule changes and pretty much everything imaginable that can improve the league as a whole. They also just be kicking it, just be chilling. On April 2nd, teams that hired a new head coach are given a head start and are allowed to begin off-season workout programs. All other teams can begin their off-season workouts on April 16th, and that's where we come in with our continuing head coach. April 20th is the deadline for restricted free agents to sign their offer sheets, and the main event, April 26th through the 28th, is the 2018 NFL Draft in Arlington, Texas, and I am very excited because this might be my favorite time of the year. Evaluating players, watching film, declaring who's great and who's terrible and why, and then seeing how it all works out by the end of their rookie contracts. I feel like a genius with a lot of these players. Seeing potential in players that others don't, and then it actually works out, make me feel so fine with this football stuff. I'm so excited about this draft. Even though we gave away our 3rd round pick for Alex Smith, we still may ultimately get a 3rd round compensatory pick. So my future mock drafts will include 3rd round picks. But that's it for this short episode. Thanks for the view. I'm going to keep bringing y'all occasional updates on what the Redskins organization is doing throughout this entire offseason from December to August. This will include roster moves, draft prospects, scouting reports. I got y'all back. Make sure y'all Dolomite fake punch that like button, favorite, subscribe. I'll subscribe back, and most importantly, comment and share. And again, thank y'all for the support. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.